Hi friends, it's me Myrrh. I just literally ran out of my house, ran away from my kids so I could come say hi. And I hope you're all doing well. I'm outside smelling my jasmine. So fun, blooms once a year and so fragrant. So I just wanted to share a couple of abiding words with you. I've been blessed by a couple of things that I found in Psalm 106. And Psalm 106 is where the Israelites kind of found themselves in some precarious times due to some of their own sins, we'll say. But there's a couple of examples that I thought would be kind of interesting to look at. And I'll read to you verse 23 of Psalm 106 says, Moses, his chosen one, stood in the breach before him, before the Lord, after the Israelites had committed some sins. And similarly, we see in verse 30, it says, But Phinehas stood up and intervened, and the plague was checked. So we have these two awesome examples of these guys who, when faced with some difficulty, turned to the Lord. They stood up, they checked the plague. And I took this as an exhortation personally to stand up for our nation through prayer. And the wonderful verses God has given us on the topic of prayer and how it changes things, changes our circumstances as we look to the Lord to be our deliverance. And I have a couple of verses to support that for fun. The first one is taken from 2 Chronicles chapter 20, verse 15. And it says, For the battle is not yours, but God's. Station yourselves, stand and see the salvation of the Lord on your behalf. Do not fear or be dismayed. For tomorrow, go out and face them, for the Lord is with you. So I love that exhortation to station ourselves, right? To stand and see the salvation of the Lord. And secondly, Habakkuk 2:1 says, I will stand my watch, just so we can stand our watch in prayer, and set myself on the rampart and watch to see what he will say to me. And I love that. I just take those as examples for us to just be, I don't want to say doing our part, but working with the Lord, fighting with the Lord, asking for deliverance, asking for his salvation, and just watching to see how he might move and how we might be just that salt, that light, that ministry of hope. Oh, I've been exposed. Here they come. Okay, bye.